Hello everybody. For some more time we will wait for our friends to join us. Welcome to Your Heart. Today we are going for live session about Ayurvedic approach on stress management with Dr. Lakshmi. I welcome you all. And thank you for joining us. I'm Fatima Moazami. I'm from Iran. I'm studying Ayurvedic medicine in India. Today we will have live session about Ayurvedic approach on stress management. So please let us to wait for Dr. Lakshmi to join us. Hello everybody. From India, Iran. Namaste, Dr. Lakshmi. I'm going to
Hello, namaste.
Dr. Lakshmi, thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste. Please let me to turn off the comments. At the end, we will have we will open the comments so our friends they can ask their question. Thank you so much for accepting.
I'm happy to participate in this live session with you.
Thank you so much. Me too. I would be grateful if you could give a short introduction about yourself.
Yes, I'm Dr. Lakshmi Anup from Chakrapani Ayurveda Center, Jaipur. I have been practicing Ayurveda for more than 10 years now, and I'm associated with Chakrapani since 8 years.
Thank you so much. Please could you explain what is stress?
So stress is a normal part of life. In every day we have stress, and even during this corona pandemic we are scared and stressed, which means we cannot separate stress from our life. It is nothing abnormal or bad. It is just our physical or psychological response to the external stimulus, and it is like a tenant and our body is like the owner. So if you know to manage this tenant or stress well, then you need not worry about it.
So what I understand, is stress normal or no?
Stress, certain moderate amounts of stress is normal, because only if we have stress, then we will be able to do things with enthusiasm. We will have motivation. If there is no stress, having no stress is possible only after death. We need stress to work better and to do things better and to find happiness. So birth of a child causes stress, excitement is also called as stress, or getting a promotion, getting a new job. These things are also making us to do our work more better, even better. But sometimes it can be negative way, like death of a near and dear one, or separation, like divorce. So in that condition, stress is not good. We need to control this negative stress.
Yeah, that's right. How can mental stress affect our body, our physical body? Is there any relation between mental stress and body?
Yes, definitely there is. Ayurveda is the only science which believes in this mind-body connection. Actually, this mind factor involvement is not seen or accepted in the Western medicine. But we can see, practically also we can see that when we are stressed, our blood sugar levels increase, our blood pressure increases, heart rate increases, which clearly explains that stress also affects the body. And then I would like to clarify at this point, we think stress is from the mind, and the location of mind according to Ayurveda, people may say this is the mind, but this is the brain. It is intellectual brain, but mind is present in each and every cell of the body. So mind is like minute, and it is present in each and every cell of the body, which means when we say stress is from the mind, that means each and every cell of the body experiences the stress. and it
Yes.
reacts to the stress.
So it's not like that we say only mind is here, it's related to the brain. All over our body, all cells are feeling the same thing.
Not necessary. And it can be in both ways. Like, for example, a person can get stressed, when
Yeah.
he is having stress, but he is in good physical health. And then over the period of time, he will start to experience psychosomatic illness like irritable bowel syndrome or body pain. It is not necessary that he is having a clinical sign, clear cut clinical sign, but it is
Right.
aggravated or caused by stress, like flare up of eczema, skin problem,
Yeah.
and it can be the other way around. If somebody is suffering from osteoarthritis for many years, when the physical
Yeah.
disease becomes chronic, then the mind is also affected because they learn to live with the pain, and slowly they are always in the state of pain, which also disturbs their everyday life because of the stress.
Yes. So what does Ayurveda say exactly about stress?
So there is a term called sahasa in Ayurveda, which means exertion, bodily exertion, and this in turn lowers our immunity because
Yes.
when we do things beyond our capacity, body capacity, then the
Yes.
cells are depleted sooner. That means we are starting to get early aging signs or vata
Right.
dosha. We call vata dosha increases in the body. This happens. Also, Ayurveda deals about psychological stressors. Ayurveda
Right.
says the adharaniya vegas or the non-suppressible urges.
Right.
Sorry, there are two types of vegas: suppressible urges and the non-suppressible urges.
Yeah.
So the non-suppressible urges are the natural urges of the body, like sneezing, crying, coughing, belching, so many things, 13 different things. But under the suppressible urges comes the psychological stressors like greed,
Right.
fear, anger, hatred, envy, jealous. So Ayurveda has given importance to this, suppressible urges, which should be controlled to lead a happy life, especially of the mind and the body as well.
And the body, yes. Is there any thing like we say good stress or bad stress? Is there anything like that?
Oh yes, yes. People often tend to think stress as a negative thing, but like in the
Yes.
beginning, like I told you, it can be eustress or distress. Eustress is like a positive stress which is needed for us to, do things in a better way.
Right.
Like you can marriage. Marriage is, eustress. Like when we are getting married, we are excited, enthusiastic. We want to do so many things. We want to change,
Right.
in the positive way. But then, diverse is a
Yeah.
distress. That causes a
Distress.
lot of mental problems and physical illness as well. So thus, stress can be positive or negative, and this positive stress should be increased for having a happy life.
Now, how can we improve that?
So
Because
staying
yeah,
yes.
because you see all the pressure coming out every day to day life from outside. So how can we make ourselves strong to not react to what is happening around us, to be strong and not to get stressed, to stay calm?
It is difficult, but with constant practice, it is possible.
Right.
It is possible to manage stress easily. Like the thing is, like when we are under stress or when we have a negative emotion, we are very impulsive. We react immediately to the external stressors. Stress is actually in the outside, but our
Yes.
reaction is from the inside. So during these periods, when you are experiencing a negative, because
Right.
stress is like a passing cloud, it will pass away, that moment will pass away. After 10 minutes your anger decreases, but when you
Right.
react at that time, what happens is then you're stressed about it. Oh, I have hurted my wife, my children. This in turn continues, this vicious cycle continues because you feel bad about your reaction, and then you're
Right.
stressed about it, and this stress in turn causes a negative emotion. So it continues like a cycle. So just observe the thoughts which you experience, because stress is from the environment,
Yeah.
bodily actions, and from our thoughts. So
Right.
environment is what we cannot control because the climatic factors and this pollution and all is not under our control. But still, when we follow the Ayurvedic dietetic practices and lifestyle
Yes.
guidelines, we can still manage these external stressors which are not under our control. But those stressors of the body and mind can be controlled by us.
Yes, that's right. We can give like very live example now in Corona time, in lockdown time. We all have same challenge. What we see, different people are showing different reactions. So this can be related to their mind, mental state, how to react. Okay, when we have same problem, why people are acting differently, and how can we educate them?
Yes, it is true. This is a very good example. The present situation,
Yeah.
this uncertainty, there is a lot of uncertainty, and the social support is also reduced. Our daily
Yes.
routine is affected, which is like a stress to the mind as well as to the body. And sometimes
Right.
some of our near and dear ones are affected with COVID-19, which is also a stress for us. But
Yes,
from
right.
this, we have to see the positive side of it. We have to see how we can maintain our immunity. This Ayush ministry has been giving a lot of tips about improving immunity. So we have to follow them and believe, have faith in them.
That is the main,
Even,
main.
yes, we have to be strong and do all these things without expecting, anything in return.
Yes.
So then the acceptance will be more. Like, for example, now we have sedentary lifestyle, and then people are having a lot of back pain and neck pain, which is quite
Yes.
common, especially in IT sector. And they are aware about the exercise and yoga, which will help to ease pain. But they find lame excuses of not doing it, not spending time to do the exercise, which in turn is aggravating the pain. And when the pain is aggravated, they are affected physically and mentally. They are not able to focus on their work properly. The productivity is decreased, and they are suffering physically also with the pain. So this
That's
is like,
right.
we have awareness, but we don't follow. That is a very big mistake. Being aware and not following is a very big mistake, which Ayurveda
Yeah.
calls as pranya parada.
Yeah, we have three main cause for disease, and one is this. We are aware, but we are not following. And that again, I think that will also cause feeling guilty. At the same time, we are not doing. We know we are not doing. Then feeling of guilty will come, and again, this chain will go on.
Yes.
So it's
Yes,
not
yes.
like that we say,
Diabetic person, he knows, he should stay away from carbohydrates and sweets.
Yeah.
But when there is a party at his office, somebody offers him sweet and he couldn't resist it. He takes
Yeah.
because it's the momentary thing. This thing should be controlled. So
Yes.
this momentary thing he takes, but then he is stressed because his blood sugar levels become high the next day.
Yes.
So
again. So it's not like that we say we should cut the people from our life, or we should leave the situation, and we should stay, make ourselves more strong. It's not like that we say, okay, I will cut that, I will not talk to this person who is causing stress for me, so I will be happy.
Yes. Many people wrongly think, changing the job or cutting
Yes.
down people from their life will help them to cope up with stress. But that is totally wrong. Like I told, when you get new friends or when you change a job, there will be the same situation, same, there will be work demands, long working hours, different type of people, which is again a stress because you are taking it. The stress is available outside. It is you who decide whether to take it or not take it.
Yeah. So why is everybody so stressed, and how can we relax more according to the Ayurveda?
Yes, nowadays stress is very, very common, and people also understand that distress is not good, and they come for getting therapies and taking treatments. Basically, today's lifestyle is fast paced. We are doing everything hurriedly. We eat very fast. We don't chew well. We move fastly, and we do things quickly. So this in turn aggravates vata dosha in the body. And vata dosha is the main dosha which is responsible for the generation of stress and transmitting stress to our body. So
Right.
that is a lot of people stressed nowadays because of the vata increasing diet and lifestyle. Also, the food we take is more processed, ready to eat, high in sugar and high in fat, saturated fat, which is not good again. Also, the sedentary lifestyle, we lack physical activity. You know, these things, it's like a couple of things which adds to increased stress in the present day lifestyle.
Yes, that's right. And how can we get rid of stress?
So basically, you know, like I told you, stress is a part of life. You cannot be totally away from it, but you can manage it through positive practices, yoga practices and Ayurveda practices. Actually, there are three states of the mind: Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Sattva is the positive state of the mind and the balanced state actually. And Rajas is the state of activity, you know, too much activity. And Tamas is the state of inertia or inactivity. So sattva is the best, and we can easily increase sattva in our body by proper diet and lifestyle practices, like you know, taking milk, ghee in everyday diet. Also eating slowly and mindfully, focusing on food while eating, including a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables in diet, and being positive, like, you know, doing everything positively, not hurting others, being honest. All these things increase sattva guna of the mind. So this will help to balance stress. On the other hand, if we see, there are a lot of people who consume alcohol, who smoke, who indulge in drugs, and they eat a lot of spicy food. These things increase Rajoguna of the mind. This increases Rajoguna of the mind, and eating hurriedly also increases this Rajas guna, which is not good. Coffee, addiction to coffee and tea is also not good. And then on the other hand, this Tamoguna is increased when we eat a lot of red meat or overeating, you know, overcooked food, stale food. These things increase the Tamoguna of the mind. So basically, we should be aware of you know, the food and lifestyle which increase sattva guna, and practice it in our daily life.
Thank you. And does meditation, and you told, but I want to know, do we have some special meditation that all people could follow and not too much difficult, because people cannot see, for example, for half an hour, 1 hour sitting meditating. Do we have any tips in short time we could release the stress?
Yes,
for example, I'm in college and I have some challenges with my, for example, classmate, and I need to relax my mind. What can I do to calm my mind in short time?
Firstly, too much attachment is not good. Doing everything in a proper, you know, under proper routine is important. Overdoing of things is not good. So this is one thing. And secondly, this meditation practice can be incorporated in our busy lifestyle easily, like 5 minutes of meditation in the morning as soon as we wake up. And one important thing is, nowadays people wake up very late because of, you know, the working hours, or sometimes they finish work early, but still they don't go to bed. It has become habituated, you know. That is wrong. We have to be in rhythm with the nature. We have to be in harmony with the nature. So we have to go to bed by at least maximum 11 p.m. and wake up at 6. At least 6:30 we should wake up in the morning, because at this time there is less pollution, you know, and our, you know, all the system is functioning well at this time, and we will be able to focus on oneself. Self-care is possible at 6:30 a.m. when we do meditation. So in the meditation, you have to just sit simply and avoid any thought that is coming to your mind. Like, you know, you just observe your thought. Thoughts are like passing clouds. We only don't realize it, you know. It just passes away if you don't react to it. So just sit simply and think of positive things in the morning and plan your day for 5 minutes. It will take 5 minutes to plan your day, what you have to do at office and what you have to do after coming home, these things. Also, this alternate nostril pranayama, you know, breathing in through one nostril with the other nostril closed and exhaling through the other nostril. This is very good. This can also be practiced for 5 to 10 minutes, anytime. It is not, you know, it is not necessary you have to practice it only in the morning hours, but it is okay to do it in the afternoon or in the evening hours also. So 5 minutes of this alternate nostril pranayama is good. And again, before going to bed, practice 5 minutes of this shavasana. When you lie down in bed, you focus on each and every joint of your body and then relax it, help the joints to relax, and also think about your day. What things have happened and what you want to change from it, what you want to learn from it. Actually, nowadays what we do is we don't accept our mistakes. We always blame others for what is happening to us or for our suffering. But actually, you are the reason for your suffering. Nobody outside can cause a harm to you. Okay, so you have to think from your perspective, from your own perspective, what things you can improve in yourself, so you can become positive. We cannot change the world. You can say good things to others, but it is their wish. If they want to change, they will change, but if they don't want, they will not. But you have the possibility. If you want to make the change happen, you have to start changing from within yourself.
Thank you. And is there any tips that people could do in their house, for example, any Abhyanga or some Ayurvedic treatment that they could follow?
Yes, definitely. There are simple to do Ayurveda tips which can be done every day at home. So, firstly, massage or oil application is mentioned as a daily regimen, Dinacharya procedure in Ayurveda. This helps to balance the Vata dosha. This Vata dosha is the cause of early aging as well as stress when in an imbalanced state. When Vata is in a balanced state, you can enjoy good health. So just take little bit of sesame oil or coconut oil according to the climate. If it is winters, use sesame oil, or if it is summers, use coconut oil, and just apply little bit oil on your scalp and massage for 5 minutes. And also on the feet, because the nervous system starts from here, so it is necessary to massage the scalp, and the nerve endings are present in the feet, so it is also necessary to massage the feet. But if you have time and if you are on a holiday or weekend, then you can apply oil on your whole body. Okay, so just apply for 5 to 10 minutes, and after half an hour you can take a shower. This will help. One more thing is applying ghee or oil into the nostril. It can be coconut oil or sesame oil or plain ghee into the nostril before going to bed. Actually, nose is the gateway for the brain, so it will help in bringing calmness of the nervous system. This can be practiced. Lukewarm bath, taking a bath, like immersing yourself in a warm tub, that will help. Also, spices like cardamom and nutmeg, these are good. Avoiding spicy food and coffee is very important to balance stress mainly. And
especially now we are in summer season.
Yes. Yeah, and garlic, onion, these things cause increased, activity of the mind. So these should be avoided. Ginger is good, but in summers you can use dry ginger, and in winters you can use fresh ginger. Other spices like black pepper and fenugreek, turmeric, these are all good. There is no problem. Also, this therapy called Shirodhara, where oil is poured in the forehead in a rhythmic manner, that will help to calm down stress.
So for doing Shirodhara, they need to go to some Ayurvedic hospital or clinic. They cannot do by themselves.
Yes. The Abhyanga, therapeutic Abhyanga and Shirodhara needs to be done under the supervision of a doctor, under the therapist. But applying on the scalp and feet, or there is no problem. And nowadays this is also one important thing. Like people are opting to go to the gym. Gym is actually increasing stress because you are working out. You have deadline. You have to burn this many calories within this period of time. And secondly, it is like overdoing. It is not relaxing. It is increasing your stress actually. Especially the physical stress is increased from the gym, which in turn increases mental stress also. Basically, being with nature will help to calm down stress. So going for a walk in the garden or practicing some yoga in your terrace or in the parks, these things are preferable compared to the gym. Swimming is also a good option.
Excuse me, Dr. Lakshmi, I'm not able to see you now. Could you disconnect once, then I add you again?
Okay.
I'm inviting Dr. Lakshmi again at network. issue was there. Dr. Lakshmi, are you able to see me? Could you please send request so I could add you to the live? Hello everybody. There was some network issues. I disconnected and I joined again. I'm waiting for Dr. Lakshmi to join us again. Salam. Namaste everybody. I'm waiting for Dr. Lakshmi to join us again. Thank you for joining us. We have completed about half an hour live session on stress management according to the Ayurveda. And now I'm waiting for Dr. Lakshmi to join us again. Okay. Dr. Lakshmi, please could you join me?
Yes, we are back.
True.
Yes.
Okay, now I will turn off the comment. Yeah, now everything is clear. Now we have 1 hour, so we can talk as much as you can. You have time about the stress management and how people could learn at the first to know they have stress, because many people, they are not able even to realize, and they are only restless and they don't know what to do. So we need to educate them to know, okay, this is normal and it's our responsibility to learn how to react to the situation.
Yes. Yes, actually that is true. You know, many people do not realize that they are having stress in the early stages. So what happens is it becomes chronic stress, which in turn, you know, turns into a serious health issue. And by the time it is too late, so because not all the health problems are curable, some are only controllable. And you know, if they would have realized it in the early stage, it can be prevented. So Ayurveda, there are two aims of Ayurveda. First and foremost aim is prevention of diseases and promotion of health. And second aim is to treat diseases. So when we have an option, Ayurveda is God's gift. You know, it is like, you know, if we put Ayurveda principles to practice in our everyday life, we can prevent the occurrence of diseases. So when you have to think about stress, is like, you know, if you are not able to focus on your work, if you do not get proper sleep, if your sleep is disturbed, if your appetite is variable, okay, so these are the signs of stress. Or like you have body pain and all the reports turn up normal. Sometimes people experience pain, vague pains in the body, but all their blood works are normal. So this is also like a sign of stress. Sometimes weight gain, like, you know, stress, the problems of the mind and body are interrelated. So obesity can cause depression, and depression can cause obesity also. So it's like, you know, be aware. Yes. So if you are a healthy person, you should look for any changes in your body or in your sleep pattern or your emotions and thoughts. But if you are already having pre-existing illness, you should look for, you know, any changes, variations in the parameters, in the blood works or in the, you know, blood pressure and all. So you should be more aware about it. So this is the first step to realize whether you have stress or not. And then if you have stress, you have to follow the Ayurveda practices. And one more advice I have is to include ghee in everyday life, everyday diet. Intake of ghee in everyday diet is very important. nowadays, people are opting for a fat-free or low-fat diet in order to
Yeah.
maintain healthy body weight and all. But actually, you should also understand your body is made up of lipids. All the cells are made up of lipids, and
Right.
over a period of time, as we age, these cells become depleted because of
Right.
dryness. So we have to substitute with ghee in our diet. And
In
ghee is
daily.
good fat. It is a trans fat. It is a good fat. It does not increase your cholesterol. It does not increase your body weight. And
Right.
if you are worried about using ghee, you can also opt to use unrefined natural oils like
Right.
olive oil, coconut oil, sesame oil. Don't use processed oils. So this
Yeah.
natural oils will be easy to be absorbed in each and every cell of your body. That will help to balance Vata dosha and nourish the brain and bring calmness to the nervous system. So that is why when a person is having stress, anxiety, or depression, we administer medicines in the form of medicated ghee, because ghee is
Right.
acting like a catalyst. It will help to enhance the efficacy of herbs in our body. So we give
Right.
medicated ghee.
Because now we are talking about the stress and Vata dosha. Many of our followers, they don't know what is Vata dosha. Could you little bit explain about Vata dosha? What
Yes,
is
so
its function?
yes, actually, according to Ayurveda, the body is made up of all the five elements, the five elements of
Right.
the universe, which are present in our body in a micro form: earth,
Right.
water, fire, air, and space. These are the five Panchamahabhutas we call in Ayurveda. They are
Right.
present in the universe in a macro form and in our body in a micro form. But the permutation and combination of these five elements are too much to
Yeah.
understand for us. So that is why these are grouped into three doshas for a simpler understanding. Like similar property substances like earth and fire, they are basically similar because they take lot of time to transform. The quality does not, the soil does not transform quickly. Also the water, both are heavy,
Right.
both are cold. So they are grouped into kapha dosha. Together make the kapha
Right.
dosha in the body. Fire and water make the pitta dosha. So for the
Right.
fire to burn, we need little bit of liquid, which is the water element. So that is the pitta dosha. And then vata dosha is a combination of air and space, which are similar. Again, emptiness, fastness, quickness,
Yeah.
irregularity.
Dryness.
Yes. So basically, understanding one's prakriti is important. Nowadays, there are a lot of questionnaire available online, which is not very accurate, but it is okay. Because for a
It's better
prakriti,
than
proper prakriti,
nothing.
yes, for a proper prakriti analysis, you have to visit a physician, who will be able to tell you accurately about your prakriti.
Right.
Because things change. For example, when you have a questionnaire in front of you, there is a column, there are so many columns. Like an example I can give you is like the hair quality. Okay, so
Yeah.
you will take the present hair quality, but maybe it is a disorder now you're experiencing because of the change of water, change of place.
Right.
For understanding this in detail, definitely a physician's guidance is important, but you can also understand about prakriti to a certain extent and try to adopt a diet and lifestyle according to your prakriti. So this is lacking in Western medicine. The food is based upon the calories, carbohydrates, fat, protein, but in Ayurveda it is based on the Agni, it is based on the prakriti. So one diet and lifestyle will not be best suited for the other person.
Right.
We are all unique. These three doshas are present in all of us, but in different proportions. So that is why like the fingerprint, our body type is unique. Our body type is unique. So we will the requirements of our body is variable. We have to
Right.
understand this fact and adopt accordingly.
Right. So now, if you have time, we could turn on the comments. If our friends, our followers, they have some question, they could ask, and I would be grateful. Yeah, if you
Yes,
could
sure. I will be
help
happy
them.
to. Yes, we
Thank
can.
you. Everybody, if you have any question regarding stress management, you can ask. Dr. Lakshmi is here to guide us. Now comments are open, so you can write here. If there is any query, any question regarding stress management, we will be waiting for a little more time. If there is any question regarding to stress management, you can ask, you can write. Namaste, Dr. Balram. Welcome to our live session.
There is a saying, either, if you don't have doubts, that means either you understood it completely or you did not even understand a single word.
Yeah, that's right. No question so far.
People understood because it was a simple topic and which is easy to follow.
Yes, that's right. I think there is no any question.
Yeah, sure. If they have questions in the future, they can send to you and we can. Yeah, there is a question now. Tell something about Manasamudra Vatakam. So Manasamudra Vatakam is a drug of choice, especially when a person is having anxiety, depression, sleep issues, or stress. And it has so many ingredients in it, Jatamansi and other so many ingredients. And it is very effective also. But it should be taken under the guidance of a physician. It is important.
And they are telling love the daily oil massage. Your daily oil massage is good. That is needed. What we were talking.
Feel like a baby and nourish. See, everybody are using lotions, There is nobody who do not use lotion. But this lotion is only superficial. It does not penetrate deeply into the skin. So, and the effect given by a lotion is very short and not very durable. So every day we have to use the lotion. But in the oil has the capacity to penetrate into the deeper layers of the skin and make a change from within. And
so that is important. So that is important how they do Abhyanga. It's not like only applying and going superficially. They should give proper time.
For proper Abhyanga, therapeutic Abhyanga, they should go to an Ayurveda center. Because if you apply pressure, maybe the pressure also varies from person to person. A Vata predominant Prakriti will prefer a soft massage. For a Pitta Prakriti, moderate pressure is necessary and moderate speed. But for a Kapha person, vigorous speed and strong massage, deep tissue massage is necessary. So, that is why for a detailed Abhyanga or massage, therapeutic massage, they should approach an Ayurveda center. But if they want to do on their own, it is just like a baby massage, applying gently without doing pressure, just applying gently.
Right. Our friend is since I use oil daily, including my face, don't have dandruff. That's great. Any rule of Marma in stress management?
Yes. The marmas of the vital energy points mentioned in Ayurveda. And definitely, yes, Marma therapy is very effective, not only for stress, but for different types of pain and, cardiac problems. So many diseases can be cured or treated with Marma. And, but for Marma also, a physician is necessary. There are different, points, which when pressed will give relaxation. Like, for example, the Shankha Marma, when we have a headache and if we do intermittent, pressure, that will help in relaxation of the stress and the headache as well. But there are also other marmas like the, Adipati, Utshepa, all this, which definitely help. Yes, marma is an important part of Ayurveda to help in stress management.
And they are asking, can Medhya drugs given to stress management?
Yes, Medhya Rasayana are a set of rejuvenative drugs for the mind, which improve intellect, memory, and calm down the nervous system as well. Some of the Medhya Rasayanas like Brahmi, Yashti Madhu, Ashwagandha, and all are common and they are used as a supplement. Yes, they can take. Anybody can take. Even it is safe for children. Brahmi and all is safe for children. It is
even for they can use it. Yes. And they are asking how to reduce stress in public place.
Yes, like I told you, we get this impulsiveness or a reactive moment. It is only momentary. In place of saying something, just close your eyes and think for 2 seconds. This situation, this thought will also pass away.
Right.
So instead, what we do is, without even thinking, we react. Actually, mind
Yeah.
control is very important to improve our performance, as a person. To attain spirituality also, mind control is very important. So just close your eyes for 2 minutes, or stay calm for 2 minutes, ignore and let the thought pass away.
And that will really go. Or even drinking one glass of water can help to give that pause. Yeah. Um, I I will ask in Persian language because some of our followers are from Iran. Maybe they have question. دوستان ایران اگر سوالی دارین در رابطه با مدیریت استرس و نقش آیورودا میتونید بنویسید. من ترجمه میکنم به انگلیسی برای خانم دکتر لاکشمی و ایشون پاسخ میدن. I was asking from Iranian people if they have any question they could write, so I could ask from Dr. Lakshmi.
Yes.
And for those who are joining us now, today we are talking about stress management and the role of Ayurveda in controlling stress. If they have any question, they can ask now.
There is a question, I think, like, is Brahmi oil good for face massage? No, actually Brahmi oil is good for scalp massage. Brahmi application on the face does not have a therapeutic value actually. You can use plain coconut oil or Shirabala oil which has milk in it for the face massage. Even face massage is good to improve our expressions, it will help to relax the facial muscles and give a positive outlook on our face.
Right.
There is another good question, whether ghee people
they are telling for some patients. For some patients, ghee is not palliative. How to give them?
Palatable, I think. Palatable. So yes, for some people, especially for the Westerners, they are not used to taking ghee. In that condition, you can give in the form of mixed with food. That is more easy to take. Like in the food, or you can sort vegetables using ghee. That is okay. And because the ghee does not turn into a poison when it is heated more. It is still, you can.
So they can fry the ghee.
Yes. Even when you fry with ghee, it still remains good, and its therapeutic value remains good. So it is possible to mix with food and give, or add with any substance, anything, and take it. Also, if still they don't like the taste of ghee, then you can give oil, because coconut oil is still palatable and easy to take. Different oils are okay. Something like lipid medium is important. So natural oil, but ghee is best.
But ghee is the best. Yeah. So any other question? Dr. Lakshmi, would you like to talk some topics if you want to talk? If no, if there is no question,
Yes, I have a simple tip, for understanding whether you are stressed or not. It's like when you wake up in the morning, you ask a question to yourself, whether you want to go to college or job, or whether you have to go to college or job. If the answer is you want to go, that means you are happy. You have a good mental balance. But if the answer is you should, that means you are forcing yourself. You are not interested, but you are forcing yourself. That means you are in the risk phase. You might be stressed. So you have to look at this point. And the Ayurvedic definition of health is very interesting. It is similar to the WHO's definition for health. Ayurveda says that both physical, mental, and physiological health and spiritual well-being is important. So that is why mental health has an important role, in being healthy as a person, whole as a person.
Right. I think one of our friends, he asked one question. Is this session available offline as I'm unable to? Okay. Yes. This video will be saved in our page. Also in our YouTube. I will share after finishing this live session. All the best for your exam.
Yes.
Mom's coma.
I'm not in coma. In coma patient, what we can do. So actually, in coma patient,
no. He's asking in coma patient what we can do.
Yeah. So actually, it is like in Ayurveda, they told like Sanjeevani medicine even helps a person, coma person to wake up. But nowadays,
Yes.
people cannot identify what Sanjeevani herb is. Like, it is difficult, and the same quality or same effectiveness is not available. But still, you can do nasya with fresh ginger juice,
Oh,
anything that is strong that will help to stimulate the mind, or with Shadbindu tail, that is okay. But you have to first understand why the person is in coma, and then you have to proceed. If all the things are normal, all the parameters are normal, then you can try this, like Shadbindu oil,
right.
one drop, or the fresh ginger juice, one drop will
Fresh
help.
ginger juice. And there is one, I think, more question. They are asking about, uh, is it on YouTube of Chakrapani? They are asking, could we share this video on Chakrapani YouTube?
Yeah, we can share. But when you share, we will share also. Yes.
And they are asking, do you have any advice regard to Corona?
So yes, corona is like, there were so many infections before, like, like swine flu, dengue, so many things. So this is also one thing, just like that. We have to take precaution, like wearing the mask, using hand washes frequently, and also taking, like, spices like curcuma, turmeric, black pepper, ginger,
Right,
and cinnamon in our everyday diet. Also, infusion of these can help, and some immune promotion herbs. Basically, we should not be afraid of these diseases, because the number of diseases are going to increase and increase in the coming
yeah,
years, and there will be new diseases. But according to Ayurveda, when you improve your immunity, you don't have to be afraid of anything, because every new viral will have a virus will have an antiviral. Every new antibiotic, we invent an antibiotic, and then it is
right,
not effective for another bacterial
yeah,
strain. So which is like, which is not very effective when you see. And secondly, these things also have side effects. But in Ayurveda,
right,
if you improve your immunity by the practices we discussed, proper routine, and according to the season, eating according to the season, according to your doshas, also taking this herbal tea with basil, ginger,
yeah,
black pepper, all, and taking herbs, immune promotion herbs like guduchi and ashwagandha. So this will
right,
help us stay healthy even during this
right,
situation. And guduchi and ashwagandha are safe for taking all through the year. There is no problem. They don't cause any side effect or adverse reaction, and
right,
they make us, like, they are having anti-aging properties, antioxidant properties, and
right.
immunomodulatory properties. Suitable for
Thank you so much.
everybody of all ages, and suitable for oral diseases, guduchi and ashwagandha.
They are asking record of this session. Yes, there will be a record of this session. We will share in the same page in Ayur Heart.
Okay.
And if there is no any other question, Dr. Lakshmi, do you want to add something, or we could say what herb quality? I think they're asking.
Yeah, the quality of herbs is compromised. Yeah, that is true, because of the soil quality, and because of the changes in the climate, the quality
Yeah,
of herbs are compromised, and because of the way of processing and all. But still, they will be effective. If you think like that, then we have to think from the basics. The food we eat,
yeah,
the quality of the food we eat, the food we harvest is all the cereals we harvest. Everything is compromised, and still we
right,
are eating them. There is no solution to this global change where the quality is compromised. And if you are really concerned, there are certain places, like even Chakrapani sells organic herbs, which is also
yeah.
of quality. Yeah, so you can opt for that.
Sure. There is more herbs also on. I think black pepper have a treatment for corona.
Yeah, black pepper is good. All these spices, they help in improving the respiratory health and preventing infections. There are a lot of researchers. Some people think Ayurveda lacks scientific evidence, but actually there are a lot of researchers on Ayurveda herbs and its effectiveness, which has proved effective. It is good. Okay, and I also would like to thank Ms. Fatima who has spent her time usefully during this, Corona lockdown, and to help people with this Ayurveda.
Actually, this Corona time, COVID-19 was like blessing, especially for me, because I was thinking, what can I do to be happy and to help myself and also help others? So this idea came to my mind. So I made this page, and it's good. I can learn more. I can even try to teach like from your page or other teachers they are teaching. So this is good. We are connecting to more people, so we can help each other.
Yeah, this is what is called as eustress, so which is related to our topic. People have a lot of questions how to improve eustress and reduce distress. So what you are doing right now is a very good example for improving eustress and to stay, positive, which is good. Yeah, you're like a role model. You're an example for people
Thank
who
you. Thank
attended
you
this.
so much. And they are asking, is there any rule of mantra chikitsa?
So
I'm
yes,
unable to believe in that. Yeah.
actually this is a belief. It's a belief. Ayurveda is not religious. Ayurveda does not say, Ayurveda says you have to believe in God, the Almighty, and you have to offer prayers. You can offer in your own language to your God. There is no problem. But this has a positive effect. The scientific reason behind this is like it has a positive effect in your mind, and you have a belief, positive belief. Why do you pray to God? Because you thank Him, and you also share with Him your desires and everything, which is like a positivity. So
Yeah, and there are so many actually scientific researches about if we are grateful, and according to Ayurveda, our sattva guna will increase. So when sattva guna increase, our immune system will be strong. So all have like they are like chain. All are related to each other. So doing good or doing mantra, chikitsa, whatever, yeah, that could help us.
you're chanting if you're chanting any mantra, that will help to calm down your mind. It is like a more grounding, gives you stability.
Right. Is there any other question regarding to stress management? We can conclude today's session.
Yes, and hope to do more sessions with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope we can continue our live session on different topics.
Yes, it will be good for people and for us to share this knowledge.
And if
It
they have,
means
yeah,
to
and
share.
if they have some special topics they want to know about it, they can send a direct message to me. So we will work on that.
Yes. Take
And
care.
thanks. Yeah, the dots are clear. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi, for
Thank you so
accepting.
much. Take care.
Sure. Bye, everybody. Yeah, more sessions we will continue. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.